The Trade Union Congress has reacted to President Bola Tinubu's statement, slamming organized labor for protesting within the first 9 months of his administration. The president had told labor unions to stop their protests and wait for 2027 to join the political process. Speaking during the inauguration of the Lagos Red Line project, Tinubu stated that the labor union should understand that no matter how long they cling to freedom and right, a first strike within 9 months of an administration is unacceptable, adding that if they all want to participate in the electoral process, they should wait till 2027. If not, maintain peace, further adding that they are not the only voice of Nigerians. In his response, the president of the TUC, Festus Osifo, says the members of the TUC are unionists and not politicians, and they have the right to protest. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has filed a lawsuit against President Bola Tinubu over the failure to probe the grim allegations that $3.4 billion loan obtained by Nigeria from the International Monetary Fund to finance the budget and respond to COVID-19 is missing, diverted, or unaccounted for. SERAP noted that the allegations are contained in the recently published 2020 Nigeria's annual audited report by the Auditor General of the Federation. In the suit number FHC EBJ CS 269-2024, filed last Friday at the Federal High Court, Abuja, SERAP is asking the court to direct and compel President Tinubu to probe the allegations that $3.4 billion loan obtained by Nigeria from the IMF to finance the budget and respond to COVID-19 is missing, diverted, and accounted for. Vice President Kashim Shettima has promised Nigerians that the federal government will deploy new strategies to fight armed banditry, kidnapping, and other security challenges in different parts of the country. The Vice President stated this yesterday after he held a closed-door meeting with former President. Speaking after he emerged from the closed-door meeting with the former President, Shettima said the federal government will deploy all the resources and expertise needed to restore security and lasting peace to affected areas. The Vice President, who was accompanied by the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Atiku Bagudu, and that of Agriculture and Food Security, Alhaji Abubakar Akere, as well as former Imo State Governor, Senator Rochas Okorocha, also paid homage to the Emir of Daura, Alhaji Umar Faruk Umar, at his palace in Daura. In the bid to foster strategic partnership in media relations, the Managing Director of Global Television Abuja, Dr. Ibrahim Biu, has paid a courtesy visit to Rochas Okorocha, the founder of Rochas Foundation. During a brief chat, both the visitors and hosts agreed that Global Television, being a dynamic and promising media platform, and Rochas Foundation, an initiative that has recorded tremendous impact across Africa, need to forge a partnership that is mutually rewarding. The partnership is envisioned to spotlight the initiative of Rochas Foundation with the aim of creating critical visibility. The FCT Police Command says operations carried out by its operative have yielded positive results, particularly in tackling car theft and fraud syndicates plaguing the nation's capital. Addressing newsmen in Abuja, the Commissioner of Police, CP Bennett Igwe, revealed the arrest of a notorious car theft and car snatching syndicate responsible for a spate of vehicle theft in the FCT and its environs. Sharon Ajay has more details.
According to the Commissioner of Police FCT Command, the apprehended suspects identified as Dasid Junior Godwin, Paul Taju, and Ali Shitu, who were nabbed by police operative, are alleged to be members of a four-man gang specializing in interstate car theft and snatching, with stolen vehicles reportedly transported to Port Harcourt for sale. He noted that a total of 9 vehicles, including Toyota RAV4, Toyota Corolla, Toyota Camry, Lexus SUV, and 5 white Hilux vehicles were recovered from the suspects.
In the past years, there have been a series of cars removed from where parked or snatched, especially Hilux vehicles and other auxiliary vehicles like a Corolla and Team. I am glad to inform you today that due to our continuous efforts to fight crime and criminality in FCT, without fear or favor, I am glad to show you that there are 3 people so far we have picked up who are involved in this business of robbery. Either they remove from where parked or they rob it outrightly. We have 3 of them here. We have Junior David Godwin is here. We have Paul Taju, and we have Ali Shitu. You can, if you go there, you will see their instruments, especially the one we describe as the master keys. About 9 or 10 of them were recovered from them. We have recovered 5 hillocks so far taken away by these hoodlums. They are all there, and several other vehicles. The vehicles totaling are now 9 we have so far recovered.
CP Igwe further explained that the FCT Police Anti-Fraud Unit also arrested 2 suspects, Abdullahi Yahya and Gold Ebere, at Tin Can Resort Garden in Jabi, in possession of 36 bundles of fake $100 notes. He stated that they confessed to being part of an 8-man gang engaged in the interstate sale of counterfeit dollar notes within the FCT.
Let us to this other group of fraudsters. We have arrested them. And we have here, Abdullah here, look at him there. And we have Gold Ebere. Many people may see money and see dollar. You may think all that are glittering are gold. All that are glittering are not gold. If you go here now, you see we covered bundles of dollars, supposedly to be in $10,000 wrap, but $100 denomination. All of them fake. All of them fake. They are all here. So before you accept dollar from somebody, especially those who are in business, please look into the dollar very well. You can see this one, you hardly distinguish it from the original dollar. These are their stock in trade. There are about 6-man team. We have arrested these ones with these dollars. Others, we are still trailing them, and very soon we'll give you further news about their arrest. I want to warn that it is not business as usual in FCT for crimes and criminalities. It is not business as usual.
The commissioner, while emphasizing the commitment of the FCT Police Command to combat crime and ensure the safety of residents, urged the public to collaborate with law enforcement agencies in their efforts to prevent crimes and apprehend criminals. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
The federal government, through the Ministry of Works, has announced a plan to commence the repair of damaged expansion joint of the Long Bridge along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. According to the statement signed by the Federal Controller of Works, Lagos, Kaisha, the repair would commence from 7 a.m. on Monday, March 4 to March 25, 2024. Kaisha said commuters leaving and entering Lagos through the Long Bridge will be narrowed to 2 lanes on both sides of the bridge to enable the contractor handling the repair works to commence work on the other 2 lanes of the carriageways. Some residents of the Federal Capital Territory today looted a warehouse reportedly belonging to the National Emergency Management Agency of Nigeria over the current economic hardship across the country. The warehouse is situated in the Phase 3 region of the FCT area of Abuja. Confirming the incident, the spokesperson for the FCT Command, Josephine Ade, verified the incident in a text message saying the situation is now under control. Minister of Power, Mr. Adebayo Adelabu, has summoned chief executive officers of 2 electricity distribution companies to a meeting to hold in the coming week over the watering supply situations in their regions. Those invited to the meetings are chief executive officers of Abuja Electricity Distribution Company and Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company. They also summoned to the meeting is the managing director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, Mr. Sulu Abdulaziz. The management of all the non-performing distribution companies would also be queried over non-performance as reports continue to filter in on the situations in their regions. The national leadership of the party on Saturday constituted the Edo Post-Primary Elections Reconciliation Committee to reconcile the aggrieved aspirants and ensure they all work for the party's victory in the September 21 governorship election in the state. According to the statements issued by the PDP National Public Secretary, Mr. Debo Olugamba, in Abuja on Saturday, the committee will be chaired by the Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed. Olugamba said the committee was constituted by the National Working Committee in pursuant to the provisions of the PDP constitutions and guidelines after its successful conduct of the Edo State governorship primary elections of the party. Now, the Joint Actions Committee of the Senior Staff Association of the Nigerian Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions have threatened to disrupt industrial peace in universities if the government fails to release it without salaries of its members. These salaries were seized during the strike in 2022 under the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. A union in the joint letter signed by the President of Sanu Mohammed Ibrahim and General Secretary of NASU, Peters Adeyemi, questioned the rationale with which the government released 4 months of without salaries to members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, but failed to release the without salaries of non-academic staff in the period under review. The tripartite committee on the national minimum wage has called for the participation of stakeholders in proposing and implementing a new minimum wage for Nigerian workers. The Chairman of National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission, Egbontai, in a statement said the committee would hold a public hearing on March 7. According to the News Agency of Nigeria, the retired head of Civil Service of the Federation, Bukar Aji, is heading the committee inaugurated by Vice President Kashim Shettima. The committee's mandate is to consult all stakeholders on the issue of national minimum wage and consider the wage in the context of the dynamics of the national economy. MOP reportedly set ablaze a Hilux Toyota vehicle after allegedly killing 3 people around Kara Opik bus stop along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The white Toyota Hilux vehicle with plate number EPE80J was said to have suffered brake failure after which it lost control and rammed into bystanders at the bus stop, killing 3 people and leaving 2 others injured. The spokesperson to the Ogun State Sector of Command of Federal Road Safety Corps, Florence Ogbe, disclosed this in a statement made available to journalists on Saturday that the injured victims were reportedly taken to Lagos Emergency Center, Ogiota, for medical treatment. You're watching News Express coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles national on the screen. When News Express returns, federal government's eye 2.5 million barrels daily oil production. This and other story comes right after this break. Please stay with us. And this is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of News Express. Many thanks for staying with us. On the foreign scene, United States President Joe Biden has said he hopes to see a deal for a ceasefire in the Israel-Gaza war in time for the start of Ramadan, the Muslims' holy month during which the members of the faith fast from dawn to sunset will begin on 11 March. It comes on tense ceasefire negotiations and as pressure builds on Biden to help curtail the conflict. A proposed deal will see a 40-day pause in all military operations from the start of Ramadan, as well as an increased flow of aid into Gaza. A source close to the talks told Reuters news agency that it will reportedly include an agreement for the release of Palestinian prisoners in exchange for Israeli hostages at a ratio of 10-1. Many of the people treated for injuries following a Russian air convoy in Gaza suffered gunshot wounds, the United Nations said. The United Nations observers visited Gaza city's Al-Shifa's hospital and saw some of the roughly 200 people still being treated. Hamas, which governs Gaza, has accused Israel of firing at civilians, but Israel said most died in a stampede after its troops fired warning shots. The incident unfolded after hundreds of people descended on an aid convoy as it moved along a coastal road, accompanied by the Israeli military. The World Food Programme has warned that the famine is imminent in northern Gaza, which has received very little aid in recent weeks and where an estimated 300,000 people are living with little food or clean water. Brent, the global benchmark for crude oil, witnessed a rise in price in the past 3 days, crossing $84 to a barrel on Friday after trading for an average of $80 to a barrel in the past weeks. A prices rise came at the time the Nigerian government announced a new crude oil production target of 2.5 million barrels per day, a development that would really grow the foreign exchange fortunes of the country if met. Global oil price data seen on Friday showed that the cost of a barrel of Brent as at 5:38 p.m. Nigerian time was $84.14. The commodity increased in price by 2.23, representing 2.72% when compared to its cost the preceding day. Let's take a quick look at business. The federal government has slammed a $10 billion fine on the widely used cryptocurrency trading platform Binance. Bayo Onanuga, the Special Advisor on Information and Strategy to President Bola Tinubu, confirmed these. According to Onanuga, the substantial fine is imposed due to Binance's illicit activities, significantly contributing to the devaluations of Nigeria's currency, the Naira, in recent times. He highlighted the platform said an unauthorized exchange rate for the country, a prerogative exclusively held by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Onanuga emphasized that the actions of Binance, including harboring individuals responsible for manipulating exchange rate, of a swift and adverse impact on Nigeria's economy during its effort to stabilize. While acknowledging Binance's cooperation with the government by providing information, Onanuga expressed concerns about the platform's potential to destabilize the Nigerian economy if left unchecked. The federal government is said to engage no fewer than 2,800% from farmers, peasant farmers rather, through its Ode Agbe Dam project in Kogi State. About 3,000 metric tons of grains and vegetables will be produced through the scheme. Minister of Water, Sanitation and Water Resources Joseph Otefa said this at a conference in Ode Agbe, Kaba Bonding local government area of Kogi State, adding that government plans to develop an aquaculture through the project. He further added that the dam had the capacity to produce about 500 tons of fishes annually. The Minister of Power, Debayo Adelabu, has summoned the Chief Executive Officer of Abuja Electricity Distribution Company and Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company over the worsening power supply in the regions. Summoning is the Managing Director of Transmission Company of Nigeria, Sule Abdulaziz, also over the deteriorating power situations across the country since January this year. The power supply situation nationwide has gone from bad to worse since the beginning of the year. The situation is partly contributed to the over $1 billion indebtedness to gas producers who provide gas required for running the thermal gas-fired power plant. Also, there have been a series of vandalism of transmission power towers in parts of the country, leading to grid disturbance and incessant drop in the transmission of electricity across the country. Worried about the development, Adelabu, in a letter signed by the Director of Distribution Services at the Federal Ministry of Power, this BU, most of our order the CEOs of the DICOs and 3CN to attend a meeting holding in the coming week. The Energy Commission of Nigeria said the country needs about $4 billion in investment to completely depend on renewable energy and go on green by 2050. This was unveiled plans to work with investors to deploy wind and solar power plants to assist with energy generation and the country's move towards greener energy generation. The Commission's Director General and Chief Executive Office, Mustafa Abdullahi, made this known at the press briefing in Nigeria, Abuja. He says Nigeria has already pledged to move from using fossil fuels to greener energy sources in line with global standards, adding that the Commission was working with investors in the sector to install renewable energy plants starting from the Federal Capital Territory. Shell Nigeria PLC says it will assist the Nigerian government in providing electricity for millions of people using renewable hardings, that it will deploy renewables as off-grid energy source to Nigerians, especially in areas not connected to the national grid. Managing Director, Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited and Country Chair, Shell Companies in Nigeria, Oziage Akambo, made this disclosure while speaking at the ministerial panel session on navigating the new energy world order, security, transitions and finance at the 7th Nigerian International Energy Summit in Abuja. The Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation's NDIC has disclosed that Savannah Bank, one of the Nigeria's oldest banks, has not been liquidated. It, however, said through its license was withdrawn, it has been relicensed and has demanded to operate fully. The Managing Director and Chief Executive of NDIC, Bello Hassan, while speaking at the Corporation's Day at the ongoing 45th Kaduna International Trade Fair, says when the bank's license was withdrawn, it took both Central Bank of Nigeria and NDIC to court, and the license was returned. Bello was represented by IGR Gambo. Jimeta said the bank can operate as it desires. He, however, disclosed that NDIC has introduced single customer view, a framework to expedite payment to depositors of closed banks, adding that the corporation has also made use of speedy prosecutions in conjunction with the judicials and utilized alternative dispute resolutions mechanisms and out-of-court settlement to revitalize its liquidation activities. Nollywood has lost one of its most beloved comic icons with the passing of Mr. Ibu, known for his endearing humor and memorable performances. John Okafor, popularly known as Mr. Ibu, brought joy to countless households across Nigeria and beyond. His unexpected demise, announced by Emeka Rollas, president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, left many reeling, coming just the day after the loss of another Nollywood actor, Quadri Ayabimji, aka Sisi Quadri. Confirming Mr. Ibu's passing on Instagram, Rollas expressed a deep sorrow felt within the Actors Guild of Nigeria and the wider Nollywood community. On the sports, Portuguese manager Jose Peseiro has penned the farewell message to Nigerians after his contract as coach of the Super Eagles officially expired. Peseiro, guided the Eagles to second place finish at the 2023 African Cup of Nations, says he will fulfill coaching the West African nation. The 63-year-old penned a 6-month contract to the end of AFCON with a key clause of reaching the showpiece semi-finals. He surpassed the target, losing a 2-1 to host Ivory Coast in the final. Next, international Segun Odemi has called on the Nigerian Football Federation to look inward for an indigenous coach to handle the Super Eagles. Odemi, in an interview with the news agency of Nigeria in Lagos State, said that Nigeria needed a better hand to handle the Super Eagles. He urged ex-Super Eagles coach Peseiro to move on out of the coaching role of the Super Eagles. Now, the ongoing 14th Biennial Nigerian Police Games will officially come to an end today in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, with Force Headquarters team Abuja topping the medals table with 93 medals. According to the medals table made available by the organizers at the time of press, the FHQ was leading with a total of 43 gold, 21 silver and 29 bronze, while Zone 2 is second with 39 gold, 20 silver and 33 bronze, while Zone 11 are sitting in the third place with 23 gold, 25 silver and 28 bronze, just as Zone 9 is in the fourth place with 12 gold, 18 silver and 12 bronze medals. At the top of the table was Zone 3, who occupied the 18th position with only 1 silver. Zone 15 were on the 17th position with 2 silver and 6 bronze, while by Zone 10 were 16th with 3 silver and 3 bronze. And that is it on News Express. Came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, when StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using our Global TV, NG, and other handles nationally on the screen. I am Edikan Michael. Many thanks for watching. See you again.